and welcome to the Idiomas YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us for another short video. Have you ever had to have an interview in English? If English isn't your first language, this can feel extremely intimidating and nerve-wracking. But don't worry, in today's video we will be covering several tips and useful phrases for you to use so that you sound more natural and feel more comfortable during these interviews. Firstly, we are going to be looking at some general tips to remember when answering interview questions in English. So let's dive in. Our first tip is to be concise. This means don't use unnecessary details. Remember, the people interviewing you will have already read your CV, so your answers are an opportunity to add to this information. The best way to check if your answers are concise is to record yourself practicing. Identify any unnecessary details or unfinished sentences, remove them and try again. Keep repeating this until you have a clear and concise answer. Let's move on to our next tip, which is to use signposting language. These are words that show the direction of your answer. Without these important words, your answers may be more difficult to follow. Here are some examples of signposting language that you may want to use in your answers. Firstly, or first of all, is a strong way to begin your answer. For example, or for instance, highlights that you are giving evidence to support your point. On the other hand, shows a change so the interviewers will pay attention. Also, or in addition to, shows you are adding further information. Coming back to shows you are redirecting the focus of your answer. And finally, informs the interviewers that you are finishing this response. Okay, let's look at an example question and try to use some concise sentences along with the signposting language. Here we have the question: what are your strengths and weaknesses? First of all, I would say I am very organized and that I thrive in a fast-paced environment. For instance, last year I was able to take on several projects simultaneously by ensuring my tasks were prioritized and organized in advance. On the other hand, I would say a skill which I need to further develop would be delegating tasks, as I sometimes find this challenging. However, I'm sure in a senior role I would have more opportunities to do this and therefore become more confident. Great, let's move on to our final tip, which is to use the STAR method. For example, we can use this with "tell me about a time" questions, or questions which ask you for an example from your past. For this type of question, you will need to provide a longer answer, and therefore it is important that you do so in a structured way. Remember to try to stick to one sentence for each part. Firstly, let's look at S, which means situation. Briefly describe the situation to give them context. T, or task, describe the task, problem or challenge that you had to deal with. A is for action. Describe what you personally did. Here you can mention some positive attributes. And R is the result. Describe the positive outcome of your action. Okay, let's see an example of a question and answer using this STAR method. Tell me about a time where you were under a lot of pressure at work. How did you handle it? Once, at a company I previously worked for, a colleague left days before the deadline of one of his projects. I was asked by my manager to take it over and finish within the same time frame. This challenged me to remain calm and be decisive, and I consequently created a strong workforce and established clear objectives for each team member. We managed to complete the project within the established time frame, and the client was happy with the finished outcome. Did you spot the star structure? If not, rewind the video and have another listen. What are some questions you found difficult during interviews in English? Write your examples in the comments section below. Thanks for watching another short video here at the IC Idiomas YouTube channel. It's been great to have you here. Remember to click on the like and subscribe button below, followed by the bell icon if you wish to be notified of any new content we upload. Thanks for joining. We hope to see you again soon. Happy practicing!